What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thanks for subscribing and clicking on my face so we can talk about Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. I do want to go ahead and dedicate this because it's June 12th to the victims of the Pulse shooting. If you don't know where I'm located, now you do. I'm an Orlando area critic. Whether the Florida Film Critic Society ever recognizes me or not is a completely different thing, but I am a Florida film critic, and I'm from Orlando, and today is that day. And it's funny how, talking about Emmys, I already went through the entire drama category. It's funny how that Peacock show, Queer as Folk, didn't have any Emmy buzz or a second season because they decided what we needed this time last year was to relive that in some sort of weird catharsis. Anyway, supporting actress in a comedy. This is actually really easy, so I was able to talk about that and not waste a lot of time. This is Abbott Elementary. It's going to take up 3 spots, just right in a row. I know that we really want to give it to Cheryl Lee Ralph every year. There's so much love for her, and I get that. But please, can we please consider Janelle James? Because if I'm being personally honest, Ava is the character for me. Like, if Ava suddenly was not on the show, I wouldn't watch Abbott Elementary anymore. I think I'd stop. I literally, Ava gives me life, and Janelle James deserves an Emmy at some point in her career of playing Ava. I have a feeling she's going to be great every single season. So maybe, if you want to give it to one of the exiting Ted Lasso characters, fine. But before Cheryl Lee Ralph racks up a second win, I would love to see Janelle James get one for playing Ava. And I actually also think that the show is strong enough to be able to carry Lisa Ann Walter this year. I think they're going to get all 3 nominations. So that's the strength of Abbott Elementary right now. And as I already mentioned, knocking those 3 nominations out of the way, we got some Ted Lasso love coming in with Hannah Waddingham and Juno Temple both getting nominations. I've got those in my predictions. So we're already 5 people deep. This is like the quickest video I've ever done. This is the easiest category of the year. So I think they have a shot at winning, except for since there's a rumored spinoff and they haven't quite confirmed the cast. The cast seems to be potentially centered around Juno Temple, but also might contain Rebecca. So it's very possible that we'll see these 2 people back, and there may not be as much of a desire to throw an Emmy their way if they're going to be back in the spinoff, just minus Jason Sudeikis. So that's 5. Where do we get our 6th? We get our 6th in our, she's always there. She's won this category before. Yes, I mean, she could win this category again, but because she's won it before, I think there's less of a desire to give it to her going out the door. But she's fantastic. And that's Alex Borstein for The Marvelous Miss Maisel. I think every time out, she's absolutely proven why she deserves to be in this category. Number 7 in this running of actresses is Ayo Edebiri from The Bear. I have no idea if I pronounced her name correctly. I've never heard it pronounced out loud. So I'm just putting the words together, the letters, and coming up with that. I really have never heard her name pronounced out loud before. So I think, like I said in my other talk about The Bear, I think The Bear is strong enough to make an impact this year. It's one of the few new shows I actually feel secure in talking about because there's been such a huge focus on it. And we've seen it pop up. We've had an opportunity to see it pop up in other places in terms of nominations. So, and lastly, I think our final nomination goes to Sarah Goldberg for Barry, for her final season of Barry. And this is sort of, there's an outside chance that Sarah Goldberg could end up winning this award. She's never won, so It's the last chance to give her an award. Is there a potential spoiler here? Not really. I suppose if I'm wrong about the bear, and I've been under projecting Shrinking because I'm not really sure where where Shrinking fits in and how many Emmy voters have watched it. So I suppose Jessica Williams would be ninth if Shrinking, but I just don't see her powering into this list. I don't know who she would take out. I feel pretty secure in these 8. The only thing I could see her would be swapping out the one newbie spot and knocking out Ao and it going to Jessica Williams. There is an outside chance, although I hate when they do this because I feel like they're spot fillers, and when we have enough sitcoms that are really strong, it annoys the shit out of me to see a shit ton of Saturday Night Live cast members, Jesus, in this category. So there's always that opportunity for them to just fill up spots with SNL cast members. Please don't. There are so many other people who are missing out this year because their ensemble is just too strong. It's too tight. Like, which cast member from Schmigadoon do you pick out? Because they're all great. From Jane Krakowski to Kristen Chenoweth, Ariana DeBose. It's, there's a bunch of people from that show that all kind of deserve a nomination. Shrinking even has multiple supporting cast members that really, it's not just Jessica Williams. It's tough with some of the shows to just be like, oh, well, this one. Now, there is one show, but I don't think that's going to happen. I would love it to, but it seems to have eluded Emmy voters. And at a certain point, I sort of have a rule, like I have with Yellowstone, why I didn't put Yellowstone in any of my categories. And that's Molly Shannon for the other 2. As fun and exciting as it would be to see Molly Shannon nominated for the other 2, because her work on that show has been stellar, I just don't feel like Emmy voters are watching it. I don't feel like they're compelled to watch it. I think that's just something that has fans. It has critical support. And sadly, they could nominate an former SNL cast member actually doing character work. And, they don't. Instead, they nominate SNL cast members, which, the problem with that is that you're nominating them because sometimes they're funny. And I do mean sometimes. They're in bad sketches. SNL is not in its prime. Every sketch is not good. So all these people that you're nominating essentially have been in at least a couple bad sketches over the course of the season. Sketches that didn't work, sketches that weren't funny. And sketches that no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't make them funny. Whereas somebody who's in a series has the benefit of a character arc and writers who are writing a consistent product. So it's 2 completely different things. And if you're trying to compare apples to oranges and throw them in the same category, then you have to look at consistency. And the problem with Saturday Night Live cast members being nominated is rarely do they actually have the consistency that warrants them to be nominated over other people. So, as much as I would love for Cecily Strong to get an Emmy nomination again, she left Saturday Night Live. It sucked. We don't need to nominate her for that. So, you have your 8. That is the 8 people that I think are going to get this nomination. I think maybe Jessica Williams is in 9th place. I don't even know who would be in 10th. I guess an SNL cast member. That would be fine. That's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. This was a short day, and that's good because I just wanted to include just a brief tribute to Pulse. Uh, thanks for watching. Keep dancing, and I will see you guys on the other side.